Hello and welcome to the Planet Kambo online practitioner training course. I'm John and I'm co-founder of Planet Kambo, and I want to thank you for buying this product. I'm very excited to be presenting this to you. I've worked with Kambo for a long time and I've seen amazing benefits in myself and I've seen amazing benefits in other people. So I'm very pleased that you've taken your first steps on your Kambo journey. On this course, you're going to learn everything you need to know to be able to apply Kambo safely and effectively to yourself and to other people, and to be able to run your own ceremonies. This product is aimed at practitioners who are already certified, who want to deepen their knowledge, and for anybody who wants to learn about Kambo, how it works, and develop a greater understanding of the medicine. The main benefit of an e-learning course is that you can study at your own pace. You can watch these videos whenever and wherever you like. And these videos can be watched and re-watched so that you can make sure that you fully understand each point that's covered. We made this course as a video reference for the Planet Kambo practitioners who have trained and done the Planet Kambo Training Course and who have been certified. Before we get into it, a disclaimer. This product is not a substitute for live training. You will not get a certification for completing this course. We highly recommend that you come and do a Planet Kambo training course in person before you consider applying Kambo to yourself and to other people. Applying Kambo without proper training can be dangerous, so Planet Kambo is not responsible for what you do with the information supplied on this course. So now I'll explain how this course is structured. It's been broken down into 4 modules: practical application, micro and macro level cleansing, Kambo theory and the use of shamanic tools, and how to facilitate. And each module is broken down into smaller bite-sized pieces. So now I'm going to break down each of the modules and briefly explain what we're going to cover on this course. So the first module is practical application, and firstly we're going to look at Kambo versus Sapo, and this is the difference between the traditional Brazilian method of Kambo and the Peruvian method. Then I'm going to talk about the Planet Kambo method, which is a hybrid of these 2 Kambo techniques. Next we're going to look at burning and mixing, so this is where I'm going to explain how to actually make the burns on the skin and how to mix and apply the Kambo. Then next we're going to cover different types of application. This is going to be all the different ways that Kambo can be applied, and this will depend on the type of outcome that you want. Then we're going to look at self-application in practice. This is going to be how you can apply Kambo to yourself in a safe and effective manner. And then lastly, we're going to look at point placement and reapplying. And this is where I'm going to explain the different places on the body where you can take Kambo and when to reapply Kambo to burns as opposed to making new burns. And then we move on to module 2, which is micro and macro level cleansing. Firstly, we're going to take a look at progressive versus standard application of the medicine and a first timer's protocol. Progressive application of the medicine is where the Kambo is applied slowly, point by point, and a standard application is where the medicine's taken all at once. And then I'm going to go through a protocol to use when you're treating somebody who's never taken Kambo before. Next, we're going to discuss diet and electrolytes and how important it is to have salt before a Kambo application. Next, we're going to discuss fasting and water, and I'll explain about these 2 important parts of a Kambo process. Then we're going to take a look at purging, and I'm going to cover difficulty purging, what to do when people can't purge, and also I'm going to talk about frog face, which is the facial swelling that can happen with Kambo. Next, I'm going to get into some specifics about the actual Kambo secretion, how you can tell how fresh it is, and the difference between male and female Kambo. Then we're going to take a look at the micro and macro stages of a Kambo process. I'm going to explain about participant feedback, and we'll talk a little bit about closure. Then we're going to take a look at microdosing and multiple applications. So microdosing will be taking very small amounts of Kambo on a daily basis over a long period of time, and multiple applications will be where you apply Kambo multiple times, either in one sitting, over the course of a day or over a longer period. And lastly, in this section, we're going to talk about Kambo in combination with other plant medicines. This is how you should use Kambo when you're going to be working with other power medicines. Next, in module 3, we're going to look at Kambo theory and the use of shamanic tools. In this module, firstly, we're going to cover the peptides and how Kambo works. So here I'm going to go into a bit more detail about the scientific background, the mechanism of how Kambo actually works. Next, I'm going to talk about the lymphatic system. So the lymphatic system is the entry point for Kambo into the body, and Kambo actually acts as a lymphatic flush as well. Then I'm going to go into more detail about the actual peptides that are in Kambo. I'm going to go through them one by one and explain what each one does. Next, I'm going to talk about the responsibility of the practitioner. Here I'll cover the important things that you must do to serve Kambo safely and correctly. In the next section, we're going to cover panema, and I'm going to talk about setting intentions, and we're going to talk about physical and energetic cleansing. Kambo works on multiple levels. It works on a physical level to clear out toxins, but it also works on an energetic level to clear out panema. And panema is negative energy. This is the name that the indigenous use to describe the energy that Kambo can lift. Next, we're going to cover smudging and the use of mapacho tobacco and the chakapa. Smudging is where you use incense to cleanse a space and to also cleanse the aura of a person. Mapacho tobacco is smoked tobacco that's used similar to incense, and this can be used to cleanse or to help bring on a purge. And then a chakapa is a shaman's leaf rattle, and I'm going to explain how to use one of those. Then I'm going to talk about rapé. Now, rapé is a powdered tobacco snuff. It's a very powerful medicine. It's actually one of the most sacred medicines for the indigenous tribes that work with Kambo. And I'm going to explain what it is and how to use it and how it can be used in combination with Kambo. Then I'm going to talk about sananga. Sananga is another indigenous medicine. It's an eye drop. It's a very powerful medicine, and it also works very well in combination with Kambo. So I'm going to explain all about that. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about dragon's blood. Dragon's blood is what we use to seal the wounds after we've done a Kambo treatment. And then on to module 4, how to facilitate. The first thing that we're going to look at is screening clients, contraindications, medications, and female-specific issues. So when clients come to work with you with Kambo, it's very important that you screen them properly to make sure that they're not contraindicated. Then I'll explain each contraindication and what to look out for. I'll talk about clients that may be on medications, and then I'll talk about specific issues that will affect women when they take Kambo. And next, we're going to cover emergencies, fainting, and the recovery position. So here I'm going to go into some detail about Kambo safety and what to do if somebody faints during a Kambo process. And lastly, we're going to move on to some practicalities. We're going to look at the hygiene protocols and discuss the toilet and practitioner to client ratios that you need to consider. So here I'm going to go into some more details about the practical aspects of Kambo, the hygiene protocols you need to consider, and when you're running your own ceremonies, what the ratio needs to be between the number of clients you have, the number of toilets you have, and the number of practitioners that you have. So that's the structure of the course. I'm looking forward to teaching you this, and I hope you're going to find it informative and enjoyable. So let's get stuck in.